Liberty student Ruffus Chappel played many sports when he was younger, but there was a particular moment in his life when he knew he found his interest in doing gymnastics.
The thing that made me decide that I wanted to do gymnastics is when I played football in Little League, during homecoming, the guys, when they won court, they would do backflips on the 50-yard line. And I know I couldn't do a backflip, and that if I walked on the 50-yard line just waving awkwardly, it would be weird. So I decided to join gymnastics, and I wanted to learn how to do a backflip, but I ended up loving it and ended up sticking with it.
Even though Ruffus played football, he realized he found his love and passion through gymnastics.
I knew I didn't want to do football long term. I loved it, but I didn't want to make a career out of it, and that's where everyone was leading towards, and that wasn't my passion. It was a good pastime, but not my passion. I actually fell in love with gymnastics once I started, and so I played football all the way up to my senior year of high school, but my senior year of high school, my coach gave me an ultimatum, like, you either have to play football or you have to do gymnastics. This was my gymnastics coach. His name is Yuha. He's a world champion and a world judge, so he judges the Worlds, judges the Olympics, and like helps select the national team for the USA men's team. And so they gave me an ultimatum, and I chose gymnastics over football, and I'm glad I did it. So.
Dedicated to the sport that he loves and his teammates, Ruffus struggled with the accidents that led him to take a break.
I've gotten hurt actually 2-3 times in my career. One that did not disable me from doing gymnastics. I broke a couple toes, but my coach just wrapped them up and told me to get back out there. So I went with that. But one time I was on high bar. I was working a new release move. It's called a Takacha. It's when you go from the top of the bar, you swing around, release up top, front flip, and catch the bar. Well, my grip got stuck and my wrist wrapped around the bar, and I broke all of my bones here. And I was out for a year, and that was pretty tough, but I recovered from that. And then my senior year, I broke my left wrist wrestling. And so I was out for 6 months again for that. And so they called me the one-hand bandit for 2 years of my career.
Feeling discouraged, Ruffus realized this affected his attitude in a very negative way. But he seemed to find peace through the Lord, and it gave him hope.
It's why me? Why, every time I felt like I was getting to the peak of my training, something would always happen, which would stop me and throw me back off track. And then I feel like I was always starting back from square one again, trying to work back up to that. So, but when that happens, you just don't question why, but you just roll with it. And ultimately, it helped me grow stronger with my faith and everything with the Lord, so.
Teammate Julie Booten has seen Ruffus through his journey in gymnastics and believes he is a great example for those who struggle.
Ruffus has come a very long way in his faith, I think, since that point. He's encouraging. I've heard him quote Bible verses. He encourages us to do our best. So I think those are biblical values that are important to have.
Taking a break from gymnastics, Ruffus realized growing his walk with the Lord was more important, and has seen the Lord work in ways that helped him even more.
At the level I was training, I lived, breathed, and sleep gymnastics. So that's all I was focusing on. That was my main focus. I didn't have time to focus on the Lord. So the Lord was like, if you're not going to make time for me, I'm going to make time for you, So I felt like it was a time for me to sit down, actually relax, because I was actually burned out too. I was training so much, school, I was doing also 2 other sports at the same time. So it was just a lot. So it was a great break, and it was a time for me to grow closer to the Lord and actually get to know him and grow a personal relationship with him.
Ruffus is currently doing gymnastics, and not only does he apply his Christian faith to the love that he has for this sport, but to his everyday life. Reporting in Lynchburg, I'm Halei Lewis, Digi 340.